He should be friendly to his males. Makes really ticks me off.
Wait, is he in a McDonald's bathroom? Imagine you walk into his shitter at McDonald's and you see him with a shirt on talking to a camera. Yo. But dude, because he kind of sadly is metaphorically. Like, imagine you're walking in, I gotta take a shit, and he's like, I swear I'm straight. I want to see a vagina. And I'm just pitching out a log and going, this is entertainment. There were some guys singing like some fucking R&B song, totally off key one time, and I was taking a shit in a Walmart a long time ago.
Once posted, the miscreants invented a form named the Trollin' Train and informed Jenkins Jinkies that it was the top secret club for only the upper echelon of their secret trolling society. Chris's first act of business was to create a backstory for his character in order to be more believable. He claimed that his real name was Junior Jenkins, and that his family had recently moved into a house across the street from the Chandlers, and included a detailed explanation as to why he was not gay. For seemingly no reason, Mr. Jenkins told a long story about how he had been raped by two boys at a summer camp when he was just 7 years old. A few years later, he and a male friend decided to have sex in order to see how it felt. Chris described their encounter in great detail, ending with Junior being disgusted and throwing up. Even though everything written here was fiction, Chris had just created a shockingly explicit story involving minors. Some speculated he'd done this in order to humiliate the trolls by implying they were all gay. Others wondered if this was actually Chris expressing some repressed homosexual urges, or maybe this story was more autobiographical than he was letting on. As time passed, Chris continued using Jenkins Jinkies to mess with the trolls in any way he could think of, with them happily playing along.
Lotion and Fanta. Jesus, who drew these?
On one occasion, Christian revealed that he had thwarted a plot by the miscreants to hack into his PSN account and corrupt his video game save data. It should go without saying that this was not a real plan and was only thought up by the trolls to make Chris think he had defeated them. But he still took the opportunity to praise himself on the Jenkins Jinkies account.
I have to hand it to him. He makes it frustrating to troll him. It's like we have to pay airfare.
And the fucking tissues all over the floor. Jesus Christ.
Or hitchhike dangerously and do it old-fashioned with accordion cameras and shit like that.
Later, Chris learned of another troll plot to dig up the grave of his beloved dog Patty. Using his persona, he nipped this plan in the bud by making up a story about Junior Jenkins going to scope out the gravesite.
I personally took a closer look at Patty's grave. It is harder to break in than Fort f***ing Knox. The body is buried deep underground with cement blocks covering the site, and her heavy doghouse is on top of those cement blocks. I wouldn't be surprised if they cemented her grave as well. Also, the site is heavily surrounded by trees and heavy branches. It's like deepest in the mine shaft with cave-ins happening all the time.
He apparently decided that this would not be enough of a deterrent to keep the potential grave robbers away, as he later made up another story about how the ghosts of Patty guarded the Chandler house alongside the spirit of younger Chris, as if to imply that he felt his younger self had died.
I have encountered the spirits of young Christopher Weston Chandler and Patty protecting the Chandler household. I warn you all right here and now, stay away from his house and Patty's grave. It is not worth it to have to suffer the nightmare that can render you as damn silent as the autistic child. And Patty is definitely not friendly to our dark kind.
On August 27th, Chris posted a video talking about how, due to a miscommunication with Sony technical support while trying to reformat his PS3, he accidentally deleted all of his save data. Surprisingly, he said he felt relieved by this, as if a huge weight had been taken off his shoulders. After so many years of trolls hacking into his PlayStation account, there was a certain poetic irony to the fact that it was Chris himself who ended up destroying it. Coincidentally, at this same time, Clyde Cash posted on the Troll and Train forum,
Oh God, good. Clyde Cash is back.
offering an over $9,000 bounty to anyone who could steal Chris's PS3 and film themselves destroying it. Chris decided that, since all of his data had been wiped from it anyway, he would destroy the console himself and collect the prize money as his final revenge against the trolls. Originally, he planned to
Oh my God. They basically tricked him into breaking his own PS3, and yeah, he did it. Oh, man. Oh, wow.
do this while disguised as Jenkins Jinky.
What's gonna happen to me?
You gotta keep moving forward.
Teaches video technology at a trade college in Orlando.
I'm going to eat you live on stream to garner more viewership.
Collect the prize money as his final revenge against the trolls. Originally, he planned to
Oh my God. They basically tricked him into breaking his own PS3, and yeah, he did it. Oh, man. Oh, wow.
do this while disguised as Jenkins Jinkies. However, he ultimately decided to do it as himself in order to fully savor this victory as his own. In case anyone was unconvinced that it was thoroughly destroyed, Chris later uploaded a video of himself running it over with his car, and another of him stabbing it with a pair of scissors. As you can imagine, when he tried to collect the money, Chris was met with some pushback. He was directed first to Surfshack Tito, who he was told was in charge of the miscreants' finances. Tito claimed that Chris was not eligible to claim the reward as the rules explicitly state that the PS3 had to be destroyed by a troll. The autistic man fired back by saying that he had made the video in collaboration.
The best is he actually thinks that, yeah, dude, a troll is going to honor their word. Good luck with that one.
With Jenkins Jinkies, and after some debate, Tito finally relented. They agreed to meet at the Chick-fil-A in the Fashion Square Mall, where Chris was told an agent of Tito's dressed in a pickle suit would deliver the money.
What is with the fucking pickle suits? Am I missing something with that?
Chris waited for nearly an hour before realizing that nobody was coming and returned home. He then emailed Tito, assuming that it was just a miscommunication, and arranged a second meetup. This time, the Nickelodeon cartoon character told Chris that his agent would be a woman with a tattoo of a pickle on her breast.
Why? Why would a woman get a... Imagine a woman going to a tattoo parlor and be like, yeah, I want a tattoo of a dill pickle on my breast. Why? Because it has an emotional meaning.
Chris returned to the mall the next day, and once again he waited for nearly an hour, but no one ever showed up. Upon the second duping, Christian emailed Tito furiously, accusing the troll of ripping him off and demanding he simply deliver the money to his house. In a turn of events, Tito claimed that his agent had been at the mall and had accidentally delivered the money to a different Christian Weston Chandler, implying it to be Liquid Chris.
Did I hear a pickle on her? Yeah, she's going to have a tattoo of a pickle on, and he believes it. Oh, my God. I mean, minus the horrific ending, Chris Chan is a troll's dream come. You could just mold him into whatever you want. Unfortunately, you'll see why I say unfortunately later on, but the thing is, the best part about it is that they did a whole thing where they had a ploy in the previous video where Chris Chan was going to meet a woman at the mall, and some dude, like, they were having a date, wasn't real. And then some dude in a pickle suit shows up and steals his girl. You can't make that shit up. That happened.
With this, Chris Chan finally realized he was being strung along and gave up. There was no money, and there never had been. It was all just another prank to make Chris look like a fool. After this ordeal,
And they succeeded.
the defeated man traded in $100 worth of games to GameStop in order to afford a new PS3, despite him claiming earlier that he was moving on to a new chapter in his life by destroying the old one. In addition, he also retired the Jenkins Jinkies persona out of fear that the police may mistake him for a real troll and arrest him. Throughout 2010, Chris for some reason continued talking with Jackie on a somewhat frequent basis despite all signs directing him to the fact that it was just another troll. They had gone back and forth on whether they should begin dating or just stay friends. But on September 13th, that
Oh no.
changed when Chris posted a video declaring his love for her. In this upload, he also flipped through a slideshow of drawings he had made depicting what their first date would be like.
Yeah, that's also put that in the book of dating advice that will not get you laid.
But the glare from the camera made it so that these were impossible to read. After this video was posted, Chris received an email from a man calling himself Robert Paulson, who claimed to be
From Fight Club. His name is Robert Paulson, and he